What if I told you that the upcoming Miami upgrades could ignite a firestorm of intense racing in the 2024 Formula One season? With Red Bull leading the 2024 Formula One season once again, all eyes are on the upcoming upgrades from rival teams. These upgrades could shake up the competition and give Red Bull a run for their money. So, which teams are stepping up their game for the Miami Grand Prix? And what do we know about these upgrades? Let's dive in and uncover the details. Red Bull and Max Verstappen have been dominating the 2024 season, clinching victory in 4 out of the first 5 Grand Prix of the season. With a comfortable 25-point lead over his teammate Sergio Perez, Verstappen seems set for a 4th consecutive World Drivers' title. However, it's not just Red Bull making waves. Carlos Sainz and Ferrari have also made their mark with a victory in Australia, placing them second in the constructors' standings behind Red Bull. McLaren and Mercedes trail closely behind, in 3rd and 4th positions respectively. As the competition heats up, teams are gearing up to close the gap at the upcoming Miami GP with upgrades to their cars. Mercedes in particular is set to unveil a significant set of upgrades for the W15. These upgrades are super important for Mercedes because they want to turn their recent bad performance around. At the Chinese Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton showcased his prowess with an impressive lap in Friday's sprint qualifying, securing a strong starting position for the sprint race. Hamilton's valiant effort saw him clinch 2nd place behind Verstappen during the sprint session, but that weekend's overall performance left much to be desired. Hamilton's unexpected P18 in qualifying, attributed to a misstep in turn 14, hinted at a challenging race ahead for Mercedes. Meanwhile, George Russell's lackluster performance left him languishing at the bottom of the top 10. The disappointment persisted into race day, with Mercedes trailing behind McLaren and Fernando Alonso's Aston Martin. Although Lance Stroll's failure to secure points might aid Mercedes in securing 4th place in the standings, their aspirations of challenging Red Bull remain a distant dream. Toto Wolff, however, remains hopeful that upgrades can turn the tide. Wolff stated, "We know that today's result is not strong enough overall, so we must dig deep to make improvements. The pack behind Red Bull is close, and small details can make a big difference in terms of finishing position. We have developments to bring in Miami, which we hope are a step forward and will improve the car." The specifics of these upgrades remain shrouded in mystery. However, it's reasonable to anticipate enhancements to crucial components like the floor, which is vital for generating downforce. Regardless of the details, the parts introduced in Miami will mark the Silver Arrow's first major changes of 2024. However, Mercedes must navigate the set of challenges posed by the sprint format in the Miami GP. Their simulator and wind tunnel don't always match up, which could make it tough to nail down upgrades with limited practice. Plus, their trial and error with setups last weekend shows just how unpredictable they can be. What about McLaren? McLaren has been on a journey of transformation since last year's Austria and Singapore rounds, where they unleashed a series of major upgrades that catapulted them from midfield contenders to podium challengers alongside Ferrari and Mercedes. Despite their promising start in 2024, McLaren is not resting on its laurels. The team had hinted at more development projects during the launch of the MCL38 in February, promising further advancements down the line. As the Miami Grand Prix approaches, McLaren's first package of upgrades for the MCL38 is ready to hit the track. While team principal Stella remained cautious about revealing too much, he hinted that these upgrades would represent a significant step forward, albeit not as massive as the game-changing updates of 2023. Stella stated, "This upgrade will not be as big as the 2 that we had delivered last year in Austria and Singapore, but it should be a decent step. It should be noticeable." He continued, "I cannot say much more than that because otherwise we talk about numbers. With that, I would like to keep it confidential. But let's say not as prominent, probably as Austria and Singapore, but noticeable. If things correlate with our expectations, with the wind tunnel numbers, for instance, and with the computer simulation." McLaren has targeted key weaknesses in their car's performance, particularly in long, low-speed corners. Tire degradation and aerodynamic efficiency. While these areas were addressed over the winter, they remain focal points for improvement. The Miami updates represent the team's first attempt at further tackling these challenges. Even though McLaren is facing technical challenges, they've been pleasantly surprised by how well they've been doing on the track this year. Lando Norris finishing second at the Chinese Grand Prix, especially on a track where they usually struggle, shows how much they've improved. But then at Suzuka, they had some unexpected problems, proving how unpredictable Formula One can be. Another team that will be introducing a new upgrade to their car is Ferrari. For the first time this Formula One season, there was a notable absence of Ferrari drivers on the podium in Shanghai. This outcome served as a clear signal to the engineers at Maranello that adjustments were needed sooner rather than later. Therefore, the Maranello team decided to speed up the rollout of updates originally slated for Imola, bringing them forward to the Miami race. During the Chinese Grand Prix, both Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz grappled with suboptimal setup choices and struggled to get their SF24 single-seaters to reach the ideal tire temperatures. This challenge highlighted a crucial area of improvement for Ferrari, prompting them to accelerate their upgrade plans. Consequently, a portion of the updates initially slated for the Imola Grand Prix will now debut in Miami. Miami will witness the debut of Ferrari's new floor. This upgrade marks the beginning of a comprehensive overhaul for the SF24, with extensive modifications planned for the radiator intakes and rear end of the car. Ferrari's decision to revamp their car in Miami reflects their determination to regain ground in the 2024 Formula One Championship. There's a sense of optimism emanating from Maranello as they prepare for the challenges of the Miami circuit. The characteristics of the SF24 car align well with the demands of the Miami track, and the addition of a new floor aims to not only secure podium finishes, but also apply pressure on Red Bull's Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. Ferrari's strategic meetings will determine whether other minor updates will be brought forward to maximize their potential, building on the incremental improvements seen in previous races. Team principal Frederic Vasseur emphasized the importance of enhancing qualifying performance, acknowledging that even the slightest improvement can yield significant results, as demonstrated by the tight qualifying gaps. With their sights set on better grid positions, Ferrari is poised to leverage every opportunity to gain a competitive edge in the championship battle. Charles Leclerc believes that the upgrades Ferrari brings to Miami could change the game for the rest of the season. The Monaco-born driver stated, "I think that the Miami upgrade is going to be the game changer for the rest of the season." Ferrari's upgrade journey extends beyond the Miami GP, with even more significant changes planned for the Imola race weekend. The aerodynamic package slated for Imola will mark a transformation of the SF24 car into a 2.0 version. These enhancements have been in the works since the beginning of the 2024 Formula One Championship, with Maranello engineers dedicated to delivering substantial improvements. Dubbed Round 07, this comprehensive upgrade package is set to debut at the Enzo and Dino Ferrari circuit during the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. However, Leclerc is aware of the changing dynamics in Formula One, recognizing the competitive nature of the development race. He acknowledges that McLaren and other rivals are also introducing significant upgrades, which could shift the balance of power in the sport. Another team gearing up for upgrades in Miami is Visa Cash App RB. While not vying for the top spots in the rankings, RB aims to strengthen its position ahead of competitors like Haas, Sauber, and possibly Alpine by the season's end. Laurent Mekies, Visa Cash App RB team boss, stressed the importance of staying ahead in Formula One's competitive landscape. He confirmed plans for upgrades, stating, "We'll have an update in Miami to help us try to keep surfing on the top of that very edge." Mekies emphasized the need for flawless execution to secure points in the unpredictable competition. Currently, RB sits in 6th place in the championship with 7 points, relying on strong performances from drivers like Yuki Tsunoda. Daniel Ricciardo, another key driver, expressed optimism about the team's progress. He noted improvements in performance since changes were made to his chassis and hoped for continued success in the upcoming races. What do you think about these recent upgrades? Are they all a show, or can they actually challenge each other for the top? Let us know in the comments.